welcome back to Comfy Cozy Up, and today, Random Tuesday, is going to be a new release, a book that comes out today, and it's from a author with a Caribbean heritage. And you know, I was on it. This is one of the books that I wanted to read this year. I have quite a few books that are coming out this year, and this was definitely one of the books that was on my list. And so I was so happy I had opportunity to get an advance copy. Yay! And it's a finished copy, so that was really exciting. So let's talk about the books that I've read from the author. Till the Well Run Dry. This is from Lauren Francis-Sharma. This is a book that came out 2014. So it's been over 10 years since I've read this book. Absolutely love it. It is a Caribbean book. She's heavy on historical fiction. She is a person that's going to go in a few years. This one, not so much. However, this one, the book of Little Acts, she digs in this one to the point where I had to do my research. And there's an element in this book that up to this day, I've read this a few years ago. I think this was published back in 2020, and I will never forget that particular comment that the father made to his daughter. And it's such a lovely part of this story that I love. Now, this book had some aspect of action packed in terms of people trying to survive and being in a colony that's not theirs, and a lot was going on. But her new book, The Casualty of Truth, is not what I expected, but she still had to hold on to her roots, which is historical fiction. So this story is taking place in two timelines. We're starting in Johannesburg in South Africa in 1996, and then we're moving to the now, which is 2018. So what I liked about this is that she draw you in immediately. The first 10 pages was so much going on that I was like, it gets you from the beginning. But this is really a mystery. It really has a suspense element to it. And then she sprinkles some thriller in there as well, which is not what I expect from this author. So I liked that surprise element of not expecting the typical from an author. But she still had some historical content. We're talking about apartheid era. We're talking about she is portraying this woman. So she still sticks to the roots of making sure the character had some Caribbean heritage in this. The main character, Prudence, is like she is of Caribbean heritage, where her parents are from Trinidad. And in this, she is a law student who was in South Africa doing an internship, and she's in the court cases of those people who are who have done some wrongs. There's police officers and informers and that kind of deal. And while she's there in taking notes and being very intrigued by the case, this man was in there, and something about this man draw her to him, and that's how this man crossed paths. Now we are going to 2018. She's heading to dinner with her husband, and even going to dinner there was drama. And when she got there, here goes this man she hasn't seen since 1996. Why is he here? What is the issue? So now we are getting flashback to what happened in 1996 and her connection to this man. And that's what made the story interesting. What does he want from her, and what is she willing to do? And there's elements of trauma that is used in this book in different aspects of what happened to her parents, what happened to her while she was in South Africa. And there is also her family intertwined, her husband. They're successful, they're doing well, and she has a son that's artistic. So his storyline is in a way that had that protection elements for a woman in this. I like that it had that page turner twist, even though she dragged a little, because I was like, oh, come on, I want to know. But once you get to the point where we're sticking in the now, and the flashback doesn't come back that much, even though I loved the South African aspect of finding out what happened while she was there. But she did it in a way that made you want to know what's going to happen next. But then you get frustrated. And I think when it comes to mystery, sometimes you do get frustrated because, especially for me that don't have patience for certain things, I was like, wait a minute, lady, why? But also, I don't really like gullible characters and characters that are easily manipulated. And I find that it happened to the main character in this, but it's toyed on trauma, like using somebody's trauma against them or using something that happened to them for your benefit. And that's what you get in this story. Now, the writing style, liked it. You were never going to get confused. I love that the chapters were short. So there's that, ooh, I can read one more chapter. All right, yeah, get to the next chapter, especially when she's in 1996. You know, I'm like, wait a minute, what? You know, I do feel like the ending was not what I expected. There's a particular character that popped up at some point when they were at dinner, and I'm like, where's she gone? Then it's like, I felt like, was there more people involved? I have questions. There's moments where the husband was like, I had questions, okay? I still have questions. And I feel like she left certain open areas in this book that I was kind of like, I need more kind of reaction. But again, it's still one of those books that if you are a fan of mystery, psychological mystery and suspense, then this will be interesting. I would love, after you read this, to come back and let me know how you think, because I think this is one of those books that some people are going to be like, oh, I like that kind of element, and there's going to be some people that's going to scratch their head like, what? Because that is what the story is going to give you. And I do feel like those moments where you're like, what, is the ones that you're going to remember. This is definitely a memorable book. This is one of those books that is going to have a conversation. I look forward to see what people think, because it's not her typical book. But again, if you are a mystery, psychological thriller kind of person, this is up your alley. Also, if you like historical content, because I do feel like there's certain things that happen in terms of the apartheid, the trials that happen after, that I'm curious about, and you know, made me want to like read more on those situations, especially those that, you know, ultimately got away with certain things, and you know, and especially when it concerns young people who were involved in the cause and how they were affected by it. So I do find that that part of the storyline makes you want to read up more, because again, I'm a historical fiction junkie, so I love that kind of thing. So let me know how you feel about her latest book. Love the cover. Yeah, and get back to me. Come back and let me know. All right, guys, see you in the next Random Tuesday, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.